Alright, me and Kyle today, we're going to be heading over to a rodent exclusion job. We find it's a really common issue for a lot of homeowners and our clients that the rats and mice will chew through the thin layer of rubber on the bottom of a garage door to gain entry into the structure. So we're going to head over there today, inspect the damages, and plan on replacing the weather strip with an excluder garage door weather strip. Now the benefit with an excluder garage door weather strip is that it has a inline mesh and a wiry material that will actually deter the rodents from chewing through the rubber. So we're really excited to go ahead and get that installed today, and we'll show you guys what that looks like. Stay tuned. We just arrived to the job site, so we're gonna go ahead and check out the damages left by the rodents and go from there. Alright, checking out the damages on that weather strip. We could easily see the rats have chewed right through that rubber to get entry to this garage. So we're gonna get that replaced today, get the retainer pulled off, and show you guys how it's done. All right, first things first is we're gonna go ahead and get a measurement on this garage door weather strip. So we like to do that before we remove the weather strip, just to make sure that we got the correct garage door strip. You don't want to end up pulling off the whole weather strip and end up finding out later that the weather strip that you have won't fit. So we're gonna get our measurements done first, and just to confirm that we have the correct strip. All right, next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and remove our retainer. This retainer is gonna be really easy to remove. It was just riveted in, so we're just gonna pull and pry that out all the way, pretty much down the way, and that removes the old weather strip with the retainer. When it comes to removing the retainers for these garage doors, every garage door is going to be a little bit different. This one was very easy. There wasn't actually anything fastening the retainer into the garage, so it didn't take much to remove it. Some garage doors may be held in with rivets. Some may be fastened with self-tappers. So it'll be up to you to determine what the best method of removing that retainer from the garage door will be.
So here, what we're going to want to do first, we're going to get a measurement here for the door, get the total inches here. We already measured the door. We got 186 inches here, which is just a little shy of 16 feet. With the workable material we have here, our aluminum retainers often come in about 49 inches, which is about an inch over 4 feet. So we're gonna have a little bit too much workable material here, so what we're gonna have to do is take about 10 inches off of the material. So what we like to do is we like to take 2 of the retainers, cut off about 5 inches on each one, so this way we can make sure we get a nice, clean, snug fit. So here we got the garage door. We're going to be installing the retainer on. Here on the corners here we have the brackets for the tracks. Downside with the brackets here is with the backing of the retainer, it won't be able to fit flush behind them. So what we usually have to do is we have to notch out these guys, where we cut a segment out here coming down to the base of the retainer and over. So this way we can be able to notch it and have it rest back behind the bracket comfortably. Alrighty, here we got that notch cut out here in the retainer, so we can be able to fit it around the bracket for all the rollers here on the door. We went ahead and cut that notch out here, so this way we can be able to flush and be able to fit it right up there against it, so we have good coverage here and we're not interfering with the bracket. Go ahead, we're going to go ahead and secure the retainer here to the garage door itself. Eventually, I want to apply pressure to the bottom of the retainer here as you screw it in, making sure you have a good flush fit as you secure the retainers to the garage door.
after we get all 4 retainer segments installed onto the garage, we're gonna go ahead and pop the wheel out from the track here. That's gonna allow us to install the rubber weather strip without interfering with the track. This is where that soapy water is gonna come into play. We're gonna go ahead and spray those aluminum retainers with that soapy water. This is just gonna allow that rubber retainer strip to slide through it with ease. Without that soapy water, this job ends up becoming really difficult trying to slide that rubber down. So that soapy water is going to help us quite a bit with getting that rubber through. So we're going to start by feeding that weather strip into the track pieces. This is why it's good to have 2 people, because what Kyle's going to do, he's going to feed the track while I apply pressure and pull it down the length. So what we're doing now is we're just inching this retainer down inching down the weather strip down the retainer here. Pretty much just inch by inch. We have to feed the rubber into the track as we pull it. If you end up pulling it too fast, the rubber will just pop out of the track there. So a little bit of a technique, but pretty easily figure out with some practice. You might find that the weather strip, once it starts getting to the end, gets tough to pull if that ever happens. Just apply a little bit more soap and water, add some lubrication to the rubber there to get it sliding. So when you're pulling that rubber weather strip, you're gonna wanna make sure to pull it at least an inch past the retainer. This is so that way we can fold back the retainer into itself.
Here, after installing the weather strip on the retainers, we're usually left with a good segment that is excess. So with this, what we like to do is just cut it on down, leaving about a good inch of space of the weather strip exposed afterwards. They kind of cut through it.
All right, once you install the rubber on the new retainer here, you may find that the motor actually needs some adjustments to it to make sure it closes properly. Here we find that the new height difference on the rubber there does affect the motor. So we're gonna make some adjustments on that motor to get it closing properly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some adjustments on the closing force for this garage door to allow it to apply a little bit more force to the ground so we can get that weather seal to seal flush. All right, after all the adjustments been made, we apply the brush. This will keep a lot of debris from getting under that garage door seal. Let's go ahead and close that door, see how that weather strip looks. Beautiful. Excluder's garage door weather strip. Gonna do an excellent job keeping the rats and rodents from getting access into this garage here. It's important that when we do exclusions, especially for garages, that we make sure to set some rat traps. The reason we do that is so that way we don't end up trapping a rat inside. When we end up doing that, these animals will end up getting very desperate and making new exits to get out of the structure. So we like to set up the traps so that way, if there is anything happen to be trapped inside, we can go ahead and get those guys quickly eliminated.